Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our story. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson!
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show we have planned for you today. I will be making a special dish with the help of my special guest. We'll be having reports from my What's Cooking reporters of what's exciting out there in our story country. And without further ado, let me introduce my special guest from right here at KLUK Television, Sergio Ferleone, the program director of KLUK Television. Welcome, Sergio.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, but why am I here?
You know, I don't have a guest.
What?
Yeah. Do you see a guest anywhere? I don't see a guest anywhere.
I do not see one.
Well, you know, I needed a guest, and you were in the building, so you're the guest. Are you not the programming director? Are you not the one who's supposed to make all of the arrangements for all the guests that are supposed to be on my show?
I am.
You know, and I've had quite a few that didn't show up, and then one that did show up. Boy, she was a real pip. That Destiny, she was a disaster.
Why Destiny did not work out for you?
No, not well at all. Enough. We're on camera. Smile.
Camera?
And Lewis is motioning for us to get started.
Started what? The show?
The show.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was exciting. Without further ado, let's get started here. My special reporters out in the field.
Yeah, I've heard all about them.
Well, they go out and they find special places, and one of the places they find are wineries, you know?
Oh, I like wine.
Would you like to try this? This
I
is
would.
from Corn Silk.
Oh, I see.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait. This is
very nice aroma to it.
This is going to calm my nerves after that start, with no guest.
Yeah, I tell you what, you seem to find the quirkiest little wineries, and they're just so much fun.
Well, my reporters out in the field, they find wineries along with everything else.
Yeah.
Let's go to a report right now and find out what's exciting out there in our story country.
I would love to.
Lenny Leftover here. I leave no stone unturned in order to find out what's cooking in our story country. And wow, what I found is so taste-temptingly delicious, only leftover in sight was I, Lenny Leftover. Enjoy. Located in Boone County, you can find a little Dutch in the heart of Iowa, right off of Highway 30 in the town of Boone, Iowa. Located at 605 Story Street, Van Hamert's Dutch Oven Bakery is a full-line scratch bakery offering a variety of delicious pastries and other baked goods. The Dutch Oven Bakery is famous for their Dutch letters. These tasty treats are made of a light pastry shell filled with delicious almond paste. One taste will tell you why people who have tried them vow that their favorite Dutch letter is S. In addition to these traditional Dutch favorites, they also carry a wide variety of other homemade pastries, donuts, rolls, muffins, breads, and cookies, sure to satisfy any sweet tooth. The Boone Bakery is one of the only locations in the Boone area that offers gourmet espresso drinks such as hot lattes, cappuccinos, chai tea, iced lattes, and gourmet smoothies. They have a second location 15 miles west in Ames, Iowa. This unique bakery also has a full lunch and breakfast menu that includes specialties like biscuits and gravy, breakfast sandwiches, grilled Reubens, chicken veggie wraps, and several other deli favorites. Van Hamert's Dutch Oven Bakery, Boone, Iowa.
Abby Appetite on the road, checking out what's cooking in our story country. And I found a fiesta for the senses at this colorful Mexican restaurant. And remember, you're traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite. Olé!
Located in Nicollet County, El Agave of St. Peter, Minnesota is an excellent choice when the craving for good Mexican cuisine hits you. Noé Juarez, the owner of El Agave, came to the United States in 1995, searching for the American dream. He worked in several Mexican restaurants as a waiter, cook, and eventually as the manager of El Mariachi in Fairmont, Minnesota. After purchasing El Mariachi in 2007, Noé changed the name to El Agave Mexican Restaurant. Noé loved the St. Peter community and wanted to expand his business by opening a second restaurant there. He was having difficulty finding just the right location. Then one day, while dining at Noodles, he learned that the restaurant was for sale. In 2010, Noé and his longtime friend, Jorge, purchased the property and opened El Agave's second location in St. Peter, Minnesota. When I dined there, I found the menu contained pages of mouth-watering delights. I wanted to taste them all. But a gal's gotta watch her figure, so I went with the burrito Cancun and topped it off with fried ice cream for dessert. El Agave Mexican Restaurant offers the finest in home-cooked Mexican dishes, excellent margaritas, authentic recipes, and fast, friendly service. El Agave Mexican Restaurant, St. Peter, Minnesota.
Wow, I really like those reports. And you know what? Seeing all those reports made me a little bit hungry. Are we going to be cooking something today?
Well, of course we're going to be cooking today. You know, if I had a guess, they would be, right in there. But I'm still cooking.
Great.
And in your honor today, I'm making a hot dish. This is Czech potato mushroom hot dish.
Wow.
And my great-grandmother was Czechoslovakian. And so this is in my new cookbook, Hot Times in Betty's Kitchen.
Wow. So tell me, how many cookbooks do you have?
Well, I have about 12 of them out already, and I'm working on another one. All right, I've done some pre-prep already,
Okay.
Sergio, and I have a layer of potatoes that have been pre-cooked in the bottom of my hot dish, and now I'm adding a layer of mushrooms that have been cooked in butter with a little onion and secret seasonings.
Wow. What secret seasonings, huh?
Oh, yes.
What's in those secret
Well,
seasonings?
the actual seasonings are a secret. However, these little black seeds you see here, that is very typical of Czech cookery.
Okay.
And that'll give the flavor. Now we're going to put another layer of potatoes on there. Would you like to put
I would.
put a layer of potatoes
I love
on there?
putzing around in the kitchen and stuff, but most of my stuff's mainly with, I open a box and I put it together.
Well,
and,
a
cook right
box
out of the
mixes and
box.
such are very handy to have, especially during the week when you have a busy schedule or such. Make sure you get some right in the corners
And I am a busy guy because I have a lot of
Well, but
guests and
if
stuff to book all the time.
if you
and
book guests
being
for mine, you wouldn't have to worry
the
about
director of the
Yes,
creative
indeed.
director, I have a lot of duties and responsibilities and things like that.
Well, I'd like to see you do the duties for everyone, not just for certain other shows. My guests are important too.
and if they're important to you,
They are
they're
important.
important to me.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you understand that because it doesn't seem like you've understood that before. Okay, let's get them a little bit more in this corner here.
Sorry, yeah, of course.
Yes.
And then do I have to spread these out then?
Well,
or?
we're going to spread them out and we're going to, kind of pack them down just a little bit with the back of your spoon there.
Now
And
is-
while you're doing that, I'm going to start the egg and the milk mixture because you're taking good-natured time there.
Now, do you cover the entire? So you want this a nice
Well,
thin layer of potatoes?
Yeah,
huh?
there. Okay, you got the. Okay, that's about.
oh, boy.
A little bit
Oh.
extra,
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Now we're going to put the last layer of the mushrooms over the top of that, and then
Okay.
we'll finish off with potatoes once more.
Okay, and then you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Well,
Do that.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing the eggs here.
Okay.
In this little bowl, I have 2 eggs,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to add to. I see I'm mixing them
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Just a little bit blend, and I have a half cup of milk and a half cup of half and half for my milk here.
Okay.
And that's what's going to hold our casserole all together.
And you say this is a
Czechoslovakian dish.
Czechoslovakian dish. All the way from,
My great-grandmother's recipe.
I see. Well, it's pretty simple. It's just.
It is.
It's just
And
potatoes and mushrooms
and onions, but
what- it's those secret sauces, I
It's
bet.
the
that
secret
really,
ingredients. Very good.
And-
Okay,
and do
that's
our-
good. That
Okay,
looks good.
okay.
Now we're going to finish off with the potatoes here. I'll put this back here.
Oh,
Go ahead
so
and put
I gotta-
a little more potatoes on top, and then pack it down with the back of the spoon.
You must be really making it work because of that whole guess
Yeah.
thing, huh?
Yes. Well, I guess that's enough. Just put it on there.
Well, I want to make sure it's right.
Well-
I want to make your Czechoslovakian grandmother happy that we're making this dish.
What can I say? Oh, that's that looks good. That looks wonderful.
It does.
And we just
It
got to
does look
pack
good.
it down a little bit because we don't want it to bubble over in the oven.
Now, do you put this on a cookie sheet or
You
anything
could.
like that?
You
or?
could. You could put it on a cookie sheet, or I usually put a piece of foil underneath it
I
just so
see.
it catches, and it's very quick to clean up then.
I see.
Okay, now we're going to pour. This is the egg mixture, and this is what's going to hold our hot dish together. Would you
Okay.
like to pour that over
Certainly.
there? And, you know, if there's a little bit left over, don't worry. Don't put it all in there because we don't want it running over on the counter here.
Okay. Wow.
Doesn't that smell good?
This is going to be. I mean, this is going to be good.
Oh, yes, and it's wonderful. It's, you know, it's so nice because you can put it in with a meat, any kind of meat that you want to, and this is a good side dish. Or you could use this as a vegetarian main dish because of the combination of potatoes and mushrooms.
I see.
Okay.
So do you ever put like cheese or anything like that on top of it? Or?
Cheese would be acceptable on top of that. Now, this has to bake for 45 minutes. So
Wow.
while we put this in the oven to finish baking, let's go to another one of my What's Cooking reporters.
That sounds great. Let's do that.
All right.
Howdy, partners! Abby Appetite here to fill you in on what's cooking in the heartland today. You know, there's nothing I like more than good, stick-to-your-ribs, down-home cooking. You won't forget your appetite, because you're traveling with Abby Appetite. Doggies!
Family owned and operated, the Double L Saloon and Wagon Wheel Cafe in West Bend, Iowa is the place to go for some good eatin', folks. When Les and Lindy Schneider bought the Painted Pony and the Chuck Wagon back in 2008, they changed the name, made a few updates, and beefed up the menu with delicious homemade daily specials. Les, a West Bend native, and his mother, Joni, took on the job of full-time cooks, while Lindy can be found waitressing on the weekends. Oh, and let's not forget their son Carson, who's always willing to pitch in and help out at the Wagon Wheel. The Double L Saloon is a great place to spend an evening with friends. Entertainment includes live bands, karaoke, bago and ping pong league, and a host of other fun-filled activities. When you're hankering for some good vittles, the Wagon Wheel Cafe has daily specials, which include homemade pies, burgers that are ground fresh daily, as well as sandwiches and salads. A Hot Beef Wednesday is a popular favorite, featuring tender roast beef on Texas bread, surrounding a heaping mound of mashed potatoes swimming in gravy. Doggies! Makes my mouth water just thinking about it. Evening and weekend favorites include roasted chicken, steaks, seafood platters, and a salad bar on Friday and Saturday night. Need a spot for that birthday, reunion, or holiday party? Give the Wagon Wheel Cafe a call and reserve their private party room for any special occasion. For the best eating around, giddy up on over to the Double L Saloon and Wagon Wheel Cafe in West Bend, Iowa.
We're back, and while our hot dish is finished cooking up in the oven, if you at home would like a copy of the recipe, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope and $2. You will get not only the recipe, but you'll get the secret seasoning packet, or you can go online and you can get the recipe there. Of course, you'll have to buy the secret recipe, seasoning recipe separately.
And that's always, you know,
That is
that's
the
a
best
given.
part.
You know,
That's a
and I
given.
gotta tell you, I really have enjoyed cooking it up with Betty. I mean, it's just been a
Well,
fun,
you know,
fun time, and I'm glad I was a guest.
Well, I'm glad that you finally showed up. And I
I'm
know.
a busy guy, though, Betty. You know. And,
Excuse me, this is part of your job.
I
This
know.
is part of your job.
I know, and I'm sorry I let you down.
Well, I'm glad you were here. Thank you for being here.
Maybe I can do this again sometime. You know,
Well,
this is kind of fun. I kind of like it. You know, cooking
well,
it
you
up
know,
with Betty. You
yeah,
know, it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Betty is quite fun to be with. But you know, I need a real guest. Make sure that you get a real guest here next time. And I know even though this was Czechoslovakian, and I assume, you know, you're probably more familiar with Italian with your last name and all.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I grew up. I was raised by my uncle, so we didn't really get a whole bunch of the Italian cuisine. You know.
Oh,
like I
well.
said, everything was like, you know, kind of out of a box. But
Well, I'm sorry to hear
maybe
that.
we can do some Italian cuisine
well,
or something
maybe,
together.
maybe
You know.
you and I could meet sometime and I'll give you a little lesson at home.
Well, okay.
All right. Well, I see that we're out of time. Thank you for being my guest,
It was
even
my
on such
pleasure.
short notice.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you to my home viewers, and thank you to my roving reporters. And come back next time for another exciting episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. Bye now.
Bye.